it's not done. Which I knew it wouldn't be because I set the timer for 30 minutes. Oh, hot pad out of the oven. I'm gonna switch them around though. Switch the racks. Let's set a timer for 30 minutes.
30 minutes, starting now.
Terry or Nona Grace, are these supposed to have little grease dots on them? Is it okay to put them in the bag like this? Or, I don't know. How long am I supposed to, I don't think they're gonna dry anymore. Did I not dehydrate them long enough? Tell me if you know. And I'm sure you probably do. But I have like Ziploc bags out here to put them in, and I put a paper towel inside. I don't know. I'm seeking advice. Make sure there's no mold on this. It's looking good. I've got to get this oven shut off as soon as this bacon is done because, oh my gosh, it is so stinking hot in here. It's ridiculous. So I'm just gonna fix this up and get it ready for making the pizzas, put it in bags and put it in the freezer. I got an air fryer sitting here that I could make it in, but I am not doing 30 batches of whatever in that air fryer. You know, I mean, I love the air fryer, don't get me wrong. It's wonderful, and it can sit out on my counter in the summertime, but in the wintertime, it needs to go back in the cabinet. And a lot of times in the summertime, I'll get tired of it sitting on the counter and put it back in the cabinet then too. But anyway, yeah, I don't have a lot of counter space anyway, clearly. So it is very convenient to have it out if one of the boys wants to make something for themselves. A lot of times it's an air fryer thing. So what knife do I want? Where's my silver handled knife? Uh-oh, somebody, oh, I see it. Somebody put the dishes away that doesn't know where every single thing goes, and that's okay because they put them away. So, all right. So they want me to scrape out some of the bread from the center so there's not quite as much bread on the pizza. So I'm not going to do that with the bottom piece, I don't think, but I can do that with the top part. All right. A spoon? I don't know. I've never done that before. Yeah, that's going to work. All right, so I'm going to scrape some of this bread out of here, and I guess I'll feed it to the birds. I don't know. What am I supposed to do with the extra bread? Chase, do you have any suggestions as to what to do with this bread that I'm scraping out of here?
Eat it.
I can't eat it. If I could, I would, though. Trust me on that.
Throw it away.
You want me to put some butter and garlic on it and cook it up for you?
What?
Yeah, I'm serious. Butter that, put it in a pan, make you a little piece of garlic
No, I
toast.
thought you were talking about little stuff you just scraped off. Put on the
No, I'm gonna give that to the birds. What do you think?
It's for the birds.
It's for the birds, that's right. All right. I might try it. I mean, if it's gonna come off in one piece like that. Yeah, you guys can have all kinds of toppings on it then if there's a little well for all the toppings to go in, right?
Not me.
Not you? What? You don't want yours done like this? It's up to you. I got another loaf.
What's it for?
It's gonna be for pizzas, but I'm not gonna make them right now. It's too stinking hot. You don't want yours done like this? Okay. I'll just do a couple of them like this then. Or this one loaf, I should say. I don't want to throw this out. You want me to put some garlic on it? And
Sure, dang it.
sure, dang it. All right. All right, buddy. I'm not going to have too much for the birds then, am I?
Bring 'em. They're for the birds.
That's all right. They're for the birds. Birds are for the birds. All right. Yeah, I got to get this oven shut off as soon as that bacon's done. So I'm just going to put this bread in the freezer for another time, Chase. What do you think? A little warm in here?
Yeah. I need to hurry up and get that other stuff done so I can eat.
Oh, the pork. Yeah, I just checked it a few minutes ago, and it's not quite done.
Break, steak.
I know.
Hurry up.
I'm hurrying, buddy. I'm hurrying. I can't hurry it up anymore. I guess I could have cooked it in the Instant Pot, but I decided I wanted to do crock pot. It's better slow cooked. Although it is good in the Instant Pot, or in the Instant Pot. There's just something about it being slow cooked, you know? All right, so I'm just gonna leave Chase's alone. And Hayden seemed to like it okay that way too. But Josh and Brendan both want not so much bread. So that works out perfect. Okay, where's my other bag? Oh, here it is. I had to come outside, get some fresh air, and get out of that heat in the kitchen. Can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. Anyway, I just want to show you this little thing that I planted the lavender seeds in. I said that I did it before a couple times and they never grew. So I thought, well, this time I'll try doing it outside. Well, it didn't grow outside either. Courtney's video calling me.
What'd you say?
Where's Braven? Hi. Hi.
You playing with your bus?
You playing with your bus?
Show her your bus. What else you got? You got your bunnies?
Oh, bunnies?
Hop, hop.
All right, hopefully I didn't burn this while I was talking to Courtney. Oh, it looks good. There we go. That looks good. It's that French bread, the middle of that French bread that I took out. I grilled it. Oh, that smells amazing. Chase, you better eat this before I dig into it. All right, we're gonna check this again. I'm gonna say it's most likely done. It's been about an hour and a half since I checked. Oh yeah, it is done. Super done. I'm a little scared to get this thing out of here. I'm gonna give it a shot. Oh boy. Maybe I should try cutting it in half. Is that the bone? All right, there we go. Ooh, look at that. You smell this, honey? I think the neighbors can probably smell this. There's the bone. All right. All right, I had to change the angle because you're plugged in now. I had to, my phone's dying. All right, I'm gonna dump the broth off of there. And save some of it, but that water good and hot. All right, I gotta get some of this stuff put away, but here's the peppered bacon. I got this stuff out of the oven while I was talking to Courtney, so I couldn't record because I'm recording on my phone. But anyway, here's the peppered bacon. I haven't tried it yet, but this is the stuff that's folded in half. It took about 40 minutes for this, and it was on the bottom rack, and there wasn't that much on the pan. This one is the other bacon, and it took about 50 minutes. But I think if you just had one pan in there, 40-45 minutes would do it. I didn't flip it. It still looks good on both sides. So I'm gonna try it. Honey, you wanna try one of these folded ones? That's good. Yep, that's really good. It's just as good as when I fold it in thirds. I don't know what it is about it, but when it's folded in half, it just tastes different. It really does. It's so good. Okay. All right, so I have to get this put away. This is how much bacon grease I got from that bacon. Got a little extra. It didn't all fit in there, so I don't want to be throwing it away. So, decent amount of good bacon grease to do some cooking with. So I'm gonna take off some of these big pieces of fat from the top. I got the big honking pieces of fat off. And we're gonna take, no, did I miss some? I feel a big hunk of fat in there. But we're gonna take this and put it back in the crock pot. I think I'm gonna put a little barbecue sauce on it for the guys. Alright, they said it was fine just to have it like this, so I don't have to worry about it. They're gonna put their own barbecue sauce on. Here you go, go ahead. This stuff. Is this good?
Yeah.
Okay. And they're putting McDonald's barbecue sauce on it. Oh my gosh. I hate McDonald's barbecue sauce. Go ahead. Oops.
Somebody using these?
That's Chase's, I believe. That's fine as long as I'm out here. We can't leave buns on the counter if nobody's out here. Sylvester will have them in a heartbeat. He got a hold of a bag of marshmallows the other day, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
A couple days ago when Raven was here, I was giving him some of those fruity flavored marshmallows. Yep, I was dumb enough to sit them on the counter and walk outside. We were outside playing with Raven. Yep, he sure did. Josh came outside with the bag of marshmallows all mangled up and said, who left this on the counter? Oh gosh. Josh swept up like a lot of marshmallows. He said they were all over the living room.
Yeah, it was like the whole floor there spread out everywhere.
No knife throwing, please. All right, you good?
I don't know why they're putting barbecue sauce on that. That tastes perfectly good just the way it is.
That's it? How's it seasoned?
Perfectly,
Perfectly?
yeah.
Good. I wasn't sure. I just kind of put some stuff on, so now I'm going to have to watch the video back to see what I put on it.
I'm not putting anything on it.
Well, I did like a rub when I made it, so. Yeah, I'm a picky, I'm a texture person. I don't like the slimy fat. I don't like that. And so I have this bowl of scraps, and he was picking out of that bowl first. He's fine with it. But I'm not, so yeah, I think that's about it. Really? Apparently it was really good. I don't know what country that's supposed to be a compliment in, but I know it's supposed to be a compliment in some country, but it's not this one. So we got a lot of meat right here, and 3 boys have already eaten. Chase had 2 sandwiches. Hayden and Josh each had 1. I think Josh had kind of a big one because this was on bread. We only had 3 buns. So, well, we had another pack of buns, but they had mold on them, so. I mean, I told them to pick it off, but they wouldn't, so. I have the bone right here, and I'm going to go ahead and throw it away. There's a little sliver of bone right there, too. So I am going to throw that away. This bag is all greasy. Sit it down in the sink. I've got these containers right here that I'm going to put in the freezer, and that'll be for Winston. And I have 3 cats. Sylvester will not eat this. He doesn't really eat table food. He might play around with it, but he's not going to eat it. Salem, sometimes he'll eat table food, sometimes he will. He usually doesn't. So probably Freya and Winston will get these scraps, but I'll just put these in the freezer. I already have some scraps out for them now because I have frozen scraps plenty of other times. This is all of the broth. This right here is all the broth that came off of it. I got a big grease spot here. This is all the meat that we still have left. Hey, I wonder how much we have. Let's check. So I don't know how much the container weighs, but that's okay. The boys already had sandwiches, except for Brendan. He's at Cedar Point right now. He's at the amusement park. So let's see what we got going on. Let me change this from grams to pounds and ounces. 2 pounds, 13 ounces. Not too bad. Plus all the doggy scraps. And like I said, the boys already had sandwiches, except for Brendan. So, yeah. Pretty good. This stuff's all got to go get put away. I got my meat chips right here. And I've got salami still in. Let's see how it's looking. It's looking like this. And it still has 2 hours, 18 left. And I started it with 5 hours, so yeah. Alright, I got my crock pot washing. I've got most everything either washed or in the dishwasher to be washed. I'm going to get rid of this and clean up my sink and everything else. And I'll be back with meatballs. And for me, it would be tomorrow, but for you, it will be just a second. Oh, wait. Hold on. First, let's see. I like to cross things off, you know? I just like to cross them off. Okay, we got the deviled eggs done, the egg salad done. Meatballs will be tomorrow. I did shred the cheese. French bread pizzas are... I put the French bread in the freezer, so that's why there's a question mark. So that's done. So tomorrow, meatballs. So in just a second, I'll be back and we'll do some meatballs. Okay, here we go. We're gonna mix this stuff up. I've got 5.5 pounds of ground beef here, so this is gonna make a bunch of meatballs. So if there's enough left for a meatloaf, I'll probably just make it into a meatloaf and put it in the freezer. Big bowl here. You know what? I gotta wash my hands. I've been messing around fixing my drain today. By the way, this is the next day. I've been messing around fixing my drain, and I did wash my hands afterwards, but I gotta wash them again. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna put this entire package of ground beef in there. 5.5 pounds. I'm going for it here. Going for the gusto. And I'm gonna have to fool around and wash my hands again because I'm gonna break this up a little bit. Just to mix it. I feel like it'll mix easier if I break it up a little bit first. All right, next I'm gonna put in the eggs. That way I don't have to, I don't have to wash my hands after the eggs too. I would normally do 1 egg to 1 pound of ground beef. But I have 5 pounds of ground beef, so I'm doing 5 eggs. Wash my hands. Okay. I also put in some garlic. Ooh, wow, that is some potent garlic. My goodness. I really don't measure anything either, so just so you know, I'm just gonna throw some in. That is potent. My goodness. To this much, I'm putting in the whole can of tomato paste. I'm gonna do some minced onion. Is this open? I don't know. No, it's not. This is my new one. And I thought I was all prepared here. Anyway. All right. I'll put in a decent amount of this onion. Could have just poured it right in. But, yeah. That over there. I'll put in some salt. This is the pink salt. I'm going to do salt, pepper, and Worcestershire sauce. I'm putting in a decent amount of salt. Like if you used crackers that already had salt on them or something, you wouldn't want to do that, but I'm not using crackers and I'm not using pork rinds. Those would also have salt on them, so forget it. I like a lot of pepper, so I mean, maybe everybody else in my family is used to it, but I'm not sure if they would choose to put as much pepper as I do. But hey, I don't see them out here cooking, do you? Decent amount of Worcestershire sauce as well. And last but certainly not least is going to be shredded cheese. But first I'm going to mix this up a little bit. Then I got to wash my hands again. So, and you can put gloves on to do this if you want to, but I just don't. I don't know. I've been trying to wear gloves lately, but I'm just so used to not wearing gloves, you know? And I just like to get all this stuff incorporated into the meat. And to be honest, sometimes I put it all in a little bowl and mix it all together first, then dump it into the meat, but I'm just doing it like this time. And I'm using this giant bowl because it's so much easier to mix it up that way. I remember when my mom used to make meatloaf, she would just make it directly on the countertop. Just directly on the countertop and clean it up when she was done. Guess you could do that too if you'd like. but I don't, just because I feel like, I don't know, the cats are not allowed on the countertop, but that doesn't mean they don't get up here anyway. I'm always sicking these cats off the countertop, so when I'm not home, there's nobody here to sick them off of there. Well, if Josh is here, he does, but anyway. All right, now let me wash my hands again. And yes, I did use my nail brush too. So, like I said, I don't measure. One decent handful, two decent handfuls, three. So this was an entire pound of cheese that I shredded up. This actually looks pretty good, just like this. If you had a 1 pound bag, I'm gonna say about 3/4 of the package, if that helps at all. And we're gonna get in there and mix this up again. Get that cheese mixed all through.
Better take those out of the fridge that you put in there last night.
What?
The chips.
The meat chips? Yeah. Oh, I knew that was coming. I snorted the pepper.
Oh god. What are you making?
Meatballs. I'm gonna attempt to bake these on the grill because I do not want to heat up this kitchen like we did yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna attempt to do that, but I don't know if we're gonna have enough propane. So if we run out of propane, I guess I'm finishing them off in the oven anyway. Or I might just finish them off in the air fryer.
What are these ones?
Huh?
What are these ones?
Those are the chicken ones.
I didn't try to chicken.
He's getting into meat chips over here. We only have 2 chicken ones left.
Looks like a rawhide bone.
It does look like a rawhide bone, doesn't it? All right, so this looks pretty good. And if I were making this into a meatloaf, I would probably do like some Primal Kitchen ketchup over top. You could do some kind of a swerve brown sugar stuff or something like that. Or like a G.'s barbecue sauce or some kind of a no sugar barbecue sauce. Sweet Baby Ray's has it. I don't do that because I don't care for the sugar-free stuff. So if I were going to do it, I'd probably just do Primal Kitchen ketchup only. And that would be it. But we're just doing meatballs, so we're actually going to do some pasta sauce on top. All right, let me wash my hands again. Okay, I went ahead and cleaned up my area a bit. Here's the pan that these are going to go in. And I use my bigger scoop, the cookie scoop, I guess it would be. Oh, it's got cookie in it still. Hold on. Well, that's what happens when you wash it in the dishwasher and you don't really check it afterwards to make sure everything came out. But hey, real life, keeping it real. I just brushed it out with my finger. It'll be fine. All I do is seriously just scoop them in there. I don't sit here and roll them into balls or anything. I just scoop them right in there and they turn out just fine. So this is how I do it. Can you see? I don't know if you can see. All right. So we're just gonna put on some music and zip through this real quick. After a little while, this thing starts getting a little gummed up. So I just kind of do this squeezy thing right here. It helps. It helps pack them in there. And I do try to shove them in. Shove in as many as I can. If you crowd them, they still cook up just fine. Okay, so my phone was full. I had to sit down and delete some stuff off my phone. That gave me a chance to take a little break because my back hurts. I did a bunch of house cleaning today before I finished this up, so yeah, I'm feeling it. This is the Primal Kitchen ketchup, organic unsweetened. So I had enough left to make this loaf pan. This is actually a meatloaf pan. Let me show you. It lifts out and it has little holes on the bottom so the grease runs through. I'm just going to do some ketchup on top of this, and I'm not I'm not sure if I'm gonna bake this meatloaf right now or not, because I don't know how much gas I have left, but this will probably almost fit in my air fryer. Spread this ketchup around real quick, see if I need more. I like a nice amount of ketchup on top of my meatloaf, so that looks good. All right, see if this fits in my air fryer. I don't think it will. Maybe a regular loaf pan, but with these things on the side, I don't think it will. That's not gonna fit. I can tell without trying. Nope. Without that, without those things on the sides, it would though. I could just put it down in the pan. Nah, I'm not doing it. I grabbed some of this pickling salt today, and I did put some in with these pickles since I didn't have any to put in. I did put some of the pickling salt in, so got that done today. And I also forgot to put paprika on my deviled eggs yesterday, so I did that too. Okay, so next I'm gonna top this with, I was gonna do mozzarella, but I don't have any, and I thought I did. I do not, so we're just gonna use the cheddar. We're gonna top it with some cheese and some of the Rayo's marinara, and I'm gonna use my shredder here. I'm also gonna do some parm. We're gonna shred up some parm, and I think that'll go under there because I'm gonna shred up a little bit more just because I want to have some shredded cheese for salads too. So we're gonna do that, and I better cut that in half. Cut it in half, and I'm gonna cut a little piece off the end because I'm gonna eat it. Oop, move this out of the way. That was pretty good. I'm gonna have another little piece. I showed you yesterday, or earlier in this video, I showed you how easy this is to clean. It's so easy to clean. I know I still have the parm to shred, but I want it to be finer. Okay. Hunk out of there. All right, I have a little bowl of parm. All right, I had to pause for a second. I had a kid bringing dishes from his room, and you know, I have some. Okay, it stopped on me again, said my phone was full. Well, I just got done cleaning it out, so this might end abruptly. If it does, that's why. So this is a thing that has smaller, it makes smaller shreds. So we're gonna use this. Okay. I thought that was plastic. And that will be enough. That'll be plenty of parm. Let's hurry up and do this before my phone quits on me again. I always put a little bit of water in there and get out that last little bit. Okay. I'm gonna go attempt to cook these on the grill. Okay, let's hurry up and do this before I run out of space. This is for, I'm making spaghetti noodles for the boys. They can have some spaghetti with their meatballs. I made a bunch more of these meat chips. There's only this much of the chicken left, like one left. Whole bunch of salami ones. The salami from Costco that I don't like. I do like it when it's like this. I was surprised. This stuff tastes like bacon. Here's the beef ones, quite a few of those. And I also have some other salami ones, and they were in the same batch as some of these, and they got really, really dark. So, I don't know. Let's taste it. Tastes good. Tastes really good. But anyway, whole bunch of meat chips. Okay. These shrunk up a bit. They ended up inside in the oven. I don't even want to talk about it. I mean to tell you, the grill caught on fire. I had to get out the garden hose. Terry, just so you know, it's a gas grill. It did not blow up. It's pretty safe. But it was just the drip tray underneath. It was in flames. I went out there and oh my God, there was just smoke rolling. My neighbors were just sitting there like nothing was going on. It's like, geez, don't tell me or anything. I came inside for 2 minutes and look what happens. So anyway, no damage done. Everything's fine with the grill. It just needs cleaned on the bottom. The grill's what do you call it? Are you serious? What are you doing? I just pulled it out of the oven. John's home, can you tell? But these smell really cheesy to me, and I can see the cheese coming off of them. So I'm not going to put a lot of cheese on the top. Really, just a little bit. I don't have any mozzarella. I thought I did, so we're doing cheddar today. I think that'll be okay with everybody. I don't think anybody's going to complain about cheddar cheese. And we're going to put this Parmesan. The Parmesan is really what gives it its amazing flavor, because these things are really good. I usually put half ground beef, half sausage, but since I had so much ground beef, I did all ground beef. So they're going to be a little different than usual, but I've got the spaghetti cooking, and this is the meatballs, and I'm just going to put them back in the oven. I'm going to, I think I'll shut the oven off. I don't know, I've got that meatloaf in there, so I'll probably leave it on, just put them in for like a minute. So I was just telling John, I just showed him and he tried it. The beef meat chips, they're pretty plain, just plain. So, you know, just to have it by itself, it's a little bland, right, honey? Yeah. But what happens when you take the egg salad and dip it?
Delicious.
Mm-hmm. Really good. So that's going to be happening. The meatloaf is in the oven. It's got at least 15-20 more minutes to go in there, and these are definitely done. The cheese melted in about 1 minute, so good stuff. Water still isn't boiling here, but you know, you can't stand and watch it because you know what they say. Here's the spaghetti. I made some garlic toasts for everybody else. Me and John probably will not have any. John can have some if he wants, but I'm not on that phase yet where I can have any of that. So, and the meatballs. Yeah.